So I think we should do the alcohol one first, because that's gonna be fast. Right? We'll do this one. We'll do that first. And open the public hearing, and then we'll do that. Okay. Are we ready to go? Okay. I motion to call the meeting to order. Okay, all right, vote.
Aye.
Okay, meeting's called to order. So, why don't we're gonna do the area variance for alcohol first. So that's, 3B Church Street. So you guys want to come down and talk to us? Tell us what you're gonna do and anything. Howdy.
Thomas, this is Amy.
Hi, I'm Noah. Nice to meet you guys.
I remember you.
Yeah.
So we currently have a retail clothing store below Barner Books here in New Paltz. We're doing secondhand clothing, different price points, kind of designer stuff. And the space used to have Arrowwood Brewery in there. Arrowwood Farms had like an outpost. So we'd like to utilize their tap system that's still in there to serve some alcohol, some beer, wine, and cider, no hard liquor, through the tap system with kegs. Add that element to the retail operation, kind of have it like a 50-50 kind of thing. Yeah.
Or like a small, like seating kind of situation as
Yeah.
a shop kind of.
Yeah, so we're kind of like a
I've been in
cafe
the store,
bar kind of
yeah.
vibe added to the retail aspect. So you can sip and shop kind of thing. And then we're gonna carry all local beer, wine, and cider. So it'll be kind of like a local tasting experience kind of thing, local tap room tasting kind of thing.
What's your clientele for the clothing business?
Clothing?
Yeah.
So we are like the creative, the creative 20, 30 something year olds, like that are probably right out of school, something like that. And then we're also definitely going for the tourists that are around, the people going hiking and whatnot. And we're also capitalizing on the fact that there's no mall that's incredibly close by here. So we're kind of selling clothing that's similar to what you could get at a mall, but it's secondhand, so it's a little better for the environment, and you could just walk down the block instead of driving to Kingston or Poughkeepsie and whatnot. So
We're also gonna get like one of those handheld card readers to make it very easy to
for
everyone.
IDing wise, yeah, we'll make sure we have the card readers. We'll have a door person on a Friday, Saturday night.
Have you guys been reading the papers?
Oh no, is that just a coincidence?
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get that kind of problem.
Yeah, I don't think that scene is going to be into our
Yeah.
selection that we have there. So
I-
we're not going for like a high volume light beer kind of thing necessarily with this project.
Understood.
When this project came before the planning board, the board realized that it could issue a special use permit for the cafe and the outdoor seating aspects of it. The only problem, not problem, but the only obstacle for the planning board was the bar aspect, the sale of liquor, put it into the bar category. So the planning board has already issued the special permit for the sale of non-alcoholic beverages and the outdoor seating. So the only thing that they're here to the ZBA for is the alcohol aspect, which the limitation is it can't be within 500 feet of a school or church without a variance.
Also have an example drafted menu of sorts if you guys would like to see. Yep, there's food on the other side too.
I have been in the store and shopped.
Cool.
It's a specific clientele,
Yeah,
as you're
yeah,
sure,
it's a
and
bit
I don't
niche.
think that it is a particularly rambunctious crowd.
Yeah.
You know,
We're hoping to attract very
That-
mild.
the
yeah.
style of clothing
Yeah.
tends to be posted to those who like to stick to themselves, if that's fair to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a,
No,
my take was like a vintage goth
Yeah.
Yeah,
vibe.
yeah, we're definitely going for like the Rick Owens.
It's really nice, yeah.
Minimalist kind of,
What
yeah.
is
Everything seems thought out.
your business name derived from?
Yeah, so it's a bit open-ended, but Scry Chapel, it would be how you could pronounce it.
Not
English.
Chapelle?
That would be like a French pronunciation.
Yeah.
So it's named after a church in a town of Scry in Belgium. There's a chapel there, and so that's one
The French part
way
of
that the
Belgium.
name came from, but it also translates to scry is scrying, so it means to see visions, like in a crystal ball, you know, gazing into a mirror kind of a thing. So it kind of means a sanctuary of progressive visions, basically, is the translation. But it's also fun that it's open-ended, so people can,
Interpret it how they
yeah,
want.
exactly. I kind of like that kind of thing. You can say scary, you can say scry, you can pronounce it however you want, have your own little choose your own adventure with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then it makes people talk too.
yeah, super interesting. I've walked past a bunch of times and wondered, what is that?
yeah,
I like doing that kind of thing with,
Yeah.
with art and projects. So
Cool.
we've had a band for a while and played music and different projects and stuff like that. So it's,
Will you have music here?
yes, yeah, we're planning on doing like electronic based, like DJs, and like electronic analog musicians on like Fridays and Saturdays here and there.
What are your hours?
Noon till 8 on Friday through Monday, and then on Fridays and Saturdays we would do later till 2 a.m. So, which is when we would have a door person and yeah.
yeah. This seems pretty normal. There was beer in there before. You're using an existing tap system. This seems pretty easy.
You have to pass some of these
Yeah.
examples.
We have
you
to
have
set
to
a public,
pass.
we have to have a public hearing first.
Yeah,
Okay, so we need to schedule you for a public hearing.
Sure.
And then you also have to notify the neighbors. What's the distance they have to go out to? You just talk to Amber. She'll tell you what to do. Oh, sorry.
Autumn.
Autumn. I called her Amber first. Okay, so just she'll, you know, she can help you with that, okay?
Great.
You need to notify the people, you need to put up a pink sign that says you're having a public hearing. We'll have a public hearing. I assume there'll be no one here for it. Or hopefully no one here or a few people. And then we vote on it, and then 3 weeks, you know, it's gonna take 3 months to get through this.
Sure.
I'm assuming you've never done the ZBA thing, so I'm just trying to.
We've managed a lot of places, but
Okay.
haven't quite owned our own. So this
Okay.
is, yeah,
All right, cool. Do you own the property?
we're leasing it.
Okay, all right.
We
Okay.
own the business.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, all right, cool, all right. Yes, so I motion to have a public hearing, on May 14th for the property on Church Street.
I'll second the motion.
Thank you. Okay, vote.
Aye.
3 passes. Okay, so you guys are good. You can go home and you're done.
Thank you guys.
Just make sure you get the
Yeah.
posting up, get the people notified, and you'll be in business.
Definitely follow it so there aren't any
Yeah,
hiccups.
so we don't have to do it twice.
Of course.
Okay, all right.
Great.
And
Thank you
then,
guys so much.
all right.
Have a good night.
Have a great night. Good.
Thanks for bringing business to our community.
Yeah.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, you guys want to come down and talk to us?
Hello, I'm John Joseph representing Wells Fargo NP.
Hi, John. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Did we see you here before?
Yeah, on another matter,
Yeah.
What's that?
on another matter.
Yeah, I thought so.
Nick,
Nice to meet you.
Kind of nice to meet you too.
So, Wells Fargo is still in possession of the building. They have a lease there. They have decided during the pandemic to downsize to just the ATM. So I don't want the building so big, obviously. So I was able to talk to them about, since they're only going to use the ATM, relocating them to an out parcel of the shopper closet that we own. So I can put them out there, because all they have is, it's just going to be an ATM where you walk up, put in your number, and that's it. And it's kind of silly for them to keep the whole building vacant just for that. So given that we have a viable alternative for them, that gave us the ability to go ahead and try to re-tenant the building, which proved to be a little trickier than I thought, to be honest with you. I would have thought it would have rented quicker. But we now have two tenants, and one of the tenants requires a variance. It's a gym. And so that's why we're here.
Are you able to tell us who the tenant is?
Oh, it's Anytime Fitness.
That's what?
Anytime Fitness.
Okay.
So they're this particular group operates about 15 gyms. Yeah, they operate they're actually my tenant down in Walden. I've been my tenant for about 11 or 12 years down there. And I live in Warwick for the last 50+ years, and they have built a gym there also when I belong to it. So they're great operators, are a nice family. And it's funny because I hadn't seen them, and I was working out in the gym in Warwick, but they live in Boston. And the guy comes in, he goes, "Oh, we're thinking about expanding. We're, doing, this. One of the territories is trying to spy New Paltz." I'm like, coincidentally, I own a building in New Paltz. I didn't think to call you. So that's how that came about.
Are they already in
No,
a smaller location?
no.
Mixing up
No, they-
something.
That's
fitness.
Ignite Fitness.
Ignite.
Yes.
Yeah, they're up in the town.
Yep, in the Cherry.
This building's a little tricky. This is the front entrance. This is the back entrance to the parking lot. They don't align. They don't align. Like they don't align. So
You can't write it like a square wall.
no.
Yeah.
And on top of that, this slopes down. So what happens is, as you get further down, there's about 6 to 8 inches between the finished floor and the sidewalk. So that also makes it tricky to rent as well, because I'd have to do a handicap ramp, and I don't know how I would possibly do that out there. So there's some things that go on in here that made it a little easier, and this seems to be the logical candidate because there's no gym in the village, and we thought that it would be the right.
Very much use of Jeff.
That's what I hear from everybody I tell is very excited about having that use there.
It's a good use for that.
Yeah, and like I said, these guys are good operators. You'll like them.
The hours,
24 hours,
they are, right? And that's why it's called Anytime?
anytime.
Yeah.
You get a fob,
Yeah.
which I got to tell you, I like.
Do they staff it all the time, or do they just?
No, it's
Yeah.
staffed during normal business hours, but they have
Nice,
training.
nice.
Yeah, they have training and all kinds of other things.
Yeah, no, because it's hard to steal the machine. Yeah, Notice.
I'm hoping it'll cut down on the graffiti when it's
Yeah, I bet.
occupied.
Yeah,
It's driving me crazy.
not great.
More cameras.
I don't have any cameras. I'm gonna power wash this, and I'm hoping that once it's lit and more
Yeah.
people, that it'll deter them.
The light will deter people.
Although I don't know, they spray painted this right here and it says under surveillance.
So when you go through the zoning code, this is in the Gateway District.
Yes,
And that says that all principal permitted uses in the B2 district are allowed in the Gateway District. So then when you go to the B2 district, it says retail and service businesses, and that's where this use is being categorized. And then when you go back to Gateway, it says that no retail business shall exceed 3,000 square feet of indoor floor area. So I don't want to speak for Alex, but I think that's the reasoning he used to get to the fact that this would be an allowed use, but that it would need a variance to be larger than 3,000 square feet.
Yeah, I don't see any problem with giving you a variance to go to 6,000 square feet for service industry. I think we can put a gym under service pretty easily. I have a huge issue with changing it to, and I'm trying to find the word you're using. Entertainment, yeah,
Well-
that's not gonna happen.
No, I don't care about that. I'm
Okay.
just, what we were pointing out is, you categorize a gym in your zoning
Well,
code.
we can adjust that because we're the zoning board of appeals, so we
Yeah.
can change that.
No,
That's-
listen, I'm,
So that I could totally see this as a service industry,
yes,
and I can totally see this as a 6,000 square foot and give you permission to put a gym in there. That would be very easy to
Correct.
do. But the other way is a non-starter.
we only highlighted it because of the way it's written in the code. It's a little conflicting.
Yeah,
So-
but we can, it's very easy to give you a variance that says to make something bigger, like that, we do that all the
Correct.
time. We make things bigger, we make them taller, we make them, that's totally fine, but to change what it's called, that's a huge nightmare of a thing.
Where that was.
It was, it was
Thing we read on.
online.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is it. Also too, we obviously would like to see the inside of this, like the plans of what's going on with it.
Yeah, I can have them put together. There's a whole package that they. I'm just looking at-
Interior layout.
Yeah, yeah, the floor plan. You want the floor plan?
The floor
Yeah.
plan and doors and right
They-
stuff and.
There's not currently an entrance here, right?
No,
So that
so,
would be made for.
so this is gonna be, credit. union.
Right.
So
Which credit union?
I shouldn't even said the word credit union, I'm kind of sworn to secrecy, but
Okay.
you didn't hear.
So
No.
we're being recorded publicly.
Financial institution.
finance.
Before the planning board.
Okay.
Right. Fair.
So, but I will see before I come back here if I can just let it be known. Okay, they have other reasons for secrecy, I don't understand. But what we did in this instance, we went to the Historical Society. And I don't know if Autumn has shared with you what these elevations look like. Well, if this board matters.
We always like to look at what stuff looks like.
Okay.
So we went to the
All right,
Historical
so that's why
Society.
this got explained, yeah.
Yeah, so what happened was the Historical Society said, how do we marry the front of this building and keep the architectural integrity of the property? And they said, to recycle some of the brick, this is limestone actually on the front of the building.
Oh,
Or
it's gonna be
or
great.
sandstone, it's sandstone.
Yeah.
So we went through great pains to find sandstone to match it. So I think it's actually gonna come from India, believe it or not. We couldn't find it locally. So
No, we don't say it.
we can, the building was built in 3 separate phases over a long period of time. And, so this is what they came up with, the Historical Society came up with, and we agree. And so we're gonna just do the similar, there's like the planters, just carry the same theme around
Mhm.
and landscape and
Yeah, so this elevation wouldn't change from the
No.
front, so that would just continue to be the wall and then it would.
and this would be the entrance. So this is, they're gonna use 2 of these ATMs. So
Mhm.
they're gonna, I guess, they don't no longer use the tubes.
Yeah.
You just pull up like an ATM like this, that's what this is. So they don't need to be next to it. And what they wanted was more of a presence on Main Street and visibility.
Okay, because that was
yeah,
we were
our
confused by that. We were like, why did you?
Separation was.
Well, and I
confusing,
gotta tell you, I think it will look better because to pop another entrance in over here, this entrance is so grand
Yeah,
Yeah,
that I think it
Well,
almost
the-
takes away from the look of the building.
it would also look forced if you just, there's a grand entrance and then a door right next
It's
to
kind of junking it up.
it. I agree.
that explains most of our.
So they're using 2 of these.
Correct.
This is getting,
Abandoned.
okay,
So what this
which
is,
is
yeah,
probably good. That's tight to.
well, that's,
Yeah.
if you look, it's been bumped into a few times.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna continue the curb like this
Right.
and do a curb here. I don't know what I'm gonna do under here. I'm gonna reface all this. And I don't know if I have a picture of that, but we're gonna reface it and get rid of what's there and get rid of the razor wire and, just clean it up.
Yeah.
Alright.
And then this entrance, this would probably be the more commonly used entrance for the gym.
Yeah, so, we anticipate having about 1,200 members, plus or minus, which sounds like a lot, but I live in Warwick and they have about 1,200. And in a demographic, you're about the same size when you take in your surrounding communities that come here for the services.
There's also
Um,
that statistic of how many people buy a gym member versus
Yes.
how many of them
You
use. it.
You can ask the gym guys, they are their favorite
It's like
members.
60%. Very odd.
Wait, you don't get in shape by this time in the membership?
Well, it's the first step.
It's the second step that kill.
Yeah. I have a are you familiar with their other locations? Are they similar to the square footage?
Yes, so Warwick's exactly the size. Down in Walden, it's a little over 80, it's 8,200 they have down there. Because it was the way the building was split. I don't know if you're familiar with Walden, but I bought the Thruway shopping down there, tore the Thruway down, put it in New Hannaford, remodeled the plaza, and there was a building in the back that they had they did seasonal furniture in and
That building. You could buy guns and a washing machine at the same day.
well,
What?
well,
Now you
listen,
can work out.
They're the easiest place in the world. 13 different levels,
That's probably why. it's
14
not
heating
there.
systems.
their motto was, if you can't find it here, you don't need it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I bought it from the family that operated it for all those generations. Then they stayed in the sporting liquor and hardware business. They just didn't want to, run the grocery store and the general merchandise anymore.
Wow.
But it was an old converted knife factory. I mean, there's so much history there.
Yeah.
And it was very interesting, development, but anyway, so you want some pictures from us?
Yes. And some
Layout.
floor plans,
Floor plan?
elevations,
Okay.
and
Or the parking across the street goes with the building, is that right?
So there are 3 parcels with this property. This parcel that has the liquor store and the parking here. This parcel, and there's a little parcel here. There was a driveway here, but when I bought it, I didn't need the driveway, so I took up the asphalt and put grass down. And then when these guys came along, because initially Wells Fargo had a long-term lease, I expected them just to stay. And then the pandemic happened and they didn't stay. So now I'm just kind of reconfiguring this to allow for, some handicapped and some, not everybody's handicapped, but have mobility issues and mothers with small children and all the things that would require parking. The gym actually has on average about 15 people,
15 or 50?
15, about 15 people. Because I've been looking in Warwick and I go there a couple times a week and I'm looking on average like 15 people in here. So there's
And that
about,
would be even in the daytime.
even if you had 30 people, you have enough parking.
right,
Yeah,
and you have
yeah,
this.
Yeah.
And we're going to encourage employees and, people to park over there.
The
So how
planning
many
board is-
spots? Sorry.
The planning board is still looking at this parking issue.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, and
The main
That's
thing.
not-
they're
yeah,
actually
yeah.
concerned about. There's
Um,
actually more parking on the site than required by the code right now.
is this yours?
No.
I had no idea that this and this went together.
There's guys from,
Is it a bike shop?
Yeah, the bike,
yeah,
and
Danny and,
Karma Road.
Danny,
So their
he was the
parking
bike
is
guy.
only,
Yeah.
he lives in Pennsylvania and the other guy's actually up in upstate New York.
so their parking's only on the site here, so
Correct.
that officially goes with here with that set of stairs,
Yes.
which loves the graffiti.
I really am very unhappy with it,
Yeah.
to be honest with you. I mean, look, would you like if I came to your house and did that?
I would not.
I mean, really, it's just, it's so unnecessary, but I mean, I'm gonna have to sandblast at a great expense, but I'm hoping that when the apartments are here, it's well lit and there's much more activity, that it'll deter them from coming back.
Yeah, so that is a tricky thing because with the apartments, they require some parking and then
That's these
but that's
spaces.
not.
They're not asking
Yeah.
us for that. Okay,
Any
Yeah.
Questions?
no,
Yeah, so we're being asked specifically for a variance to the square footage.
yes,
All right, then I'm clear.
yep,
We're gonna schedule a public hearing?
yep. Okay, motion to schedule a public hearing for, what's the date?
May 14th,
May 14th.
no motion.
Second. There we go.
There's a tick right here.
Oh,
I'm gonna get rid of that. So there's a tick on the table.
Oh,
There we
nice.
are.
If, trying to think of the best way to get you guys the floor plan and the, what it'll look like inside. I think we email out to Autumn and she
Yeah,
can
and
distribute it.
she'll put it in the Google Drive and then we can see it.
And we can have that probably, I don't know, I gotta get in touch with them, but certainly before May 14th.
Okay.
Is there going to be a major change to the signage on the front for?
No,
the
I'm just gonna
gym?
reface the Wells Fargo
Okay.
and leave the time there.
Leave the time and
But it's one of Autumn's pet peeves as well. Put him on it.
Down the box in the basement somewhere that has it, but the time on the box doesn't match the time upstairs. So I don't know what's gonna happen if I turn that dial and screw nothing more. I haven't really tried to mess with
You just gotta move it a little bit and then see what happens and just keep.
Yeah, see if I, yeah. I'll
Go
throw it
back
up
and
on
forth.
it.
Well, right now Wells Fargo still technically has control of it, but we've been chipping away at it. And when you ask them, you get no response. You know, well, when you try to have a conversation with Wells Fargo, no less than the simplest question about like what, like trimming the bushes, like 9 people chime in. And I'm like, why do 9 people care about the trimming of the bushes?
So
Like, can't get anything done with
Bureaucracy
that.
is a big one.
So ask them about the timer, forget it.
the old walk up, this is where the old walk up ATM was, right? And so that's just gonna be to like kind of a like
Right. There's gonna be a
Rack
bike
area.
rack there.
just a little off the sidewalk.
Yeah, there's a gym, there's a little bike rack over here. We probably could put another one over
That
here.
might, underneath that awning would be a great place for a bike rack.
Yeah.
That would be something to do with that. Then you wouldn't have, then they would
It's a
be,
good plan. I
then you
can put
would,
a couple bike racks. up
Yeah.
there, And then they're out of the weather.
yeah.
Electric car.
All right, so, all right,
Schedule.
we schedule, I think we're good.
We're working with Tesla on
Other stuff.
another
How about not
property.
Tesla?
You know, we don't really get too much involved with them. They actually called us on this other property
Yeah.
and want to put charging stations there. So this is our first experience with them, in charging stations. I don't really know if I could
Why
here.
not? Discover some
I
stuff.
probably could do some stuff over here if anywhere. There is some power out here somewhere.
I'm just curious. This is not our jurisdiction, so I'm
Oh,
just
yeah,
curious.
ask some questions.
Yeah.
Out here.
Yeah,
There's
there's power
definitely-
here, because we're gonna put light poles here and light that lot. And
Yeah.
then the Shade Tree Commission picked these trees, so we're gonna put the trees there and
Yeah.
Yeah, the chargers in town, the Tesla chargers on a weekend are full.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming all those people are going into the stores or going into the
Right.
diner to have dinner. And
Well, this was
I mean, I don't know,
the
that's gonna
gym.
help you. You're not gonna really, the gym, that would be a weird one, I guess, but.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How long does it take to charge? How long does it?
oh,
take
yeah,
to get
that's
a pump?
true.
you're in the gym on average an hour.
Yeah, maybe it would, yeah, you know what, especially for all the people who live in apartments in this town. That would actually, that might be,
Yeah. Be a good thing.
be like driving people to the, yeah, okay, then it is maybe
Well,
a good
it's
idea.
funny, because that's the argument Tesla made to us when they called us.
Yeah,
They said, you know, we put charging stations in a lot of other places, and this would be
Yeah.
good for your business.
Yeah.
Because people would shop at the stores and do all these things. And I never really thought about that. In this particular property, I have the extra spaces that I can dedicate. They need like 11 spaces. We did other properties with them, they had like 6, but now they're up to 11. And it's really 10 charges, but one of them has to be handicapped. So you lose a spot because of the handicaps. So, we're entertaining it. We're gonna see what they have the
it's
proposal. and-
wild, how many people are charging in the,
Where are they?
they're in the Tops
The
Plaza,
Diner.
Oh,
the
okay.
diner there,
Yeah.
and it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They're down in the corner there.
Yeah, on any weekend, it sounds like it's loud. There's so many, because they're pushing so much energy that the fans are on in the car, the fans are on blowing through the transformer. It's like, wow, this is wild. And
So yeah, we developed a Wawa down in New Jersey. We've done a couple of them, but this particular Wawa, Tesla said because I had to clear the site, take down the buildings, and they made me put in a 3-inch gas line for their generator. They actually have a generator on site. They make their own electric.
that's not very green. No, actually burning natural gas isn't that bad. if you're doing that.
Just some clarity on this before we finish up on it. So if we're being asked about the square footage of the use, would that be on the building in perpetuity or on the business?
Goes with the property.
It goes with the.
Yeah, it's with property.
It goes with the property, except it's for this use. I think it would go with the use, like if it changed to a different gym, then it would continue. But if it changed to something,
So it would
completely
be
different.
worded as to the 6,000 square foot for to fit the equipment required for the gym,
yeah,
essentially.
yeah, I think that's,
I'm okay with that.
yeah. okay.
I am way, like, not that I was uncomfortable before, but I'm like incredibly comfortable with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just
no, I'm
because
fine.
there can't be any.
No, if it's for the gym, like the gym use, its predecessor, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to have to come back here. Go on in perpetuity if it's a gym.
Yeah.
Okay, we can.
Because the art, like the way this was written up was that it said that it could have this use and it said in it that gyms take up more equipment because of this or that. So like if it's
Right.
gyms take up more equipment, so for a gym, this is an exception.
And for this building, I mean, if you
Yeah,
were to rebuild a new
course.
building, that would
Yeah.
be different.
Right.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that. I'm in complete agreement with that.
All right, so we're good.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like that.
Anyone have any questions?
I do not.
I don't know.
Kelly? Oh, wow, okay. A motion that the meeting ends.
Thank
Do you
you.
actually-
Did you wanna, yeah,
Oh, yeah, do you want, we can, did you guys review the minutes? I did.
I did.
Did you review them? They were good.
Thank you.
They were
Thank you.
long. We talked a lot.
Yeah, I noticed they were all about you.
Yeah, right.
No, yeah, so, a motion to accept the minutes into record,
I'll make a motion from the last meeting.
Seconded.
okay, vote. Aye, okay, there's 3 yeses, we approve the meeting. I tried to do that at the beginning and I didn't do it this time, I'm
That's all
sorry.
right. We got to scurry in a little way quick.
Okay, that was fast.
Oh.
What do we at? How much time?
7:33.
Do we need to officially end it or are we just done?
Yeah, can you kill the connection?
Yeah, motion to adjourn.
Yeah.
Seconded?
Aye.
Aye, okay, good.
Cool.